Welcome back to No Sticks, No Bricks. This week we give you another RV park virtual tour, 360 degrees around the park. This time we are at Kodachrome State Park in Utah, just down the road from Bryce Canyon National Park. It is absolutely beautiful. Feel free to look around, as this is a 360 degree video. You have to move your device to look around, or if you're using a laptop, you use the mouse and you can move it around and take in the whole park. So without further ado, here we go. All right, guys, here's the entrance to the park. When you get close to the visitor center, you're gonna see it split and do a Y, so just stick to your right. We have not been inside the visitor center yet, but they have a sign for hot dogs and stuff. I think they have like a little gift shop and whatever in there. So this is where you're gonna park your RV right here to check in. And somebody will come out that door right there to my left, get you checked in and to your RV spot. Now this campground is broke up into 3 different sections. The first 2 I'm gonna show you are more primitive and they're on gravel. But as soon as you go past the visitor center, they're going to be directly on your right. So we have Bryce View Campground and Arch Campground to my right here. And then there's also a sign for Shakespeare Arch, but apparently that arch actually fell down a couple years ago. It's no longer there, unfortunately. So this is gravel, but it's pretty smooth. It's not too bad. And there's some tent sites on my right away. As you can see, this campground is located in a valley, basically, or a basin. And it's just surrounded by these beautiful hoodoos and plateaus and just phenomenal geography for Utah. All right, let's see a couple people back here. There's a little lizard. There. Now these sites do have power and water. At least a few of them do, but I do not believe they have sewer. Let's go up here and check it out, but I don't think they have sewer here. Yeah, so power and water. Let's see if it's 30 amp or 50 amp. So it's got 30 and 50 amp power, so that's good. But just no sewer here. But if you kind of want to be kind of away from the bigger campground where we're at, the Basin Campground, this would be a good spot. It's beautiful. So that's site 49 directly to my left for reference. Site 47 right there in front of me. So it looks like they've got 52 sites here, 42 to 45 and 46 to 52 in this area. You have a little bathroom right there to my right and a dumpster. So that I just took you through is Arch Campground. And it says 40 to 52 are the hookup sites. So all the other ones are primitive. There's a site there, another tent site. These little tent sites kind of spread out through this whole area. All right, and this up here is the Bryce View Campground. See that sign right in front of me. Site number 53, directly to my right. It's a nice big pull-through site. I believe all of these sites, though, are primitive. There are no hookups. There is a restroom up there on my left. And then each campground has these little wood shacks where you can actually buy firewood, and it's under the honor system. There's just a little place to put your money, and it's $10 a bundle. So a little bit steep, but you're not allowed to gather firewood here in the park, so if you want to have a campfire, that would be one of your options. Site number 57 right here to my right. Again, these roads are gravel, but they're pretty smooth. As you can see, there's not even anybody in this whole campground, not one person. There's only a couple people in the Arch Campground, and where we're at, the Basin Campground is the bigger one. It's paved, it's really nice, full hookups, and there isn't even a lot of people there. So I think, because this campground's a little bit off the beaten path, you're about 35 minutes or so from Bryce Canyon, but it's absolutely beautiful. All right, I'm gonna speed up this next part because all we're gonna do is go back out to the main road, so here we go. All right, we are back on the main road, the visitor center right to my left there. So now we are going to go to the main campground, which is the Basin Campground. And you can see it's just beautiful. There are a ton of awesome trails in this park that you can do right from your RV. And you'll see some of those trails when we release our Bryce Canyon Kodachrome State Park video that'll be out in a couple weeks. We did a couple of these trails here, and they're pretty awesome. The colors here are just amazing. You got the oranges and the whites and the greens. Geologists think that some of these hoodoos that are in this park go back to 180 million years. So, lots of history here as far as geology goes. So on my left up here, they do actually offer horseback riding here in this state park. You'll see the horses up here on my left, and there they are. Kodachrome Trail Rides. Keep in mind there is no cell signal out here. Our Starlink is working great, but very minimal cell service, if any at all. All right, so here's a couple of these trails I was talking about. So for the people that are doing day use, they can park in these parking spots. And the trails go off to the right, trails go off to the left. I think there's about 4 or 5 different trails just within this vicinity. And if you're going to be here for an extended period and you don't have a washer in your RV, they do have laundry. So the red dirt wash and dry. Oh, and I also forgot to mention when I talked about cell service, they do have Wi-Fi at the visitor center. Behind this laundry, there are a couple of cabins that you can rent as also. They call them bunk houses. So that's what they look like. And they look pretty nice. So these poor folks off to my right here are staying at this bunk house. Were victims of the flash flood that we had here a couple days ago. And their tent was blown away, washed away, destroyed. And the park rangers were nice enough to put them up in a bunk house, you know, since they lost their tent. And they didn't even charge them any extra, so that was pretty dang nice of them. All that footage will be in our Bryce Canyon Kodachrome video coming up as well. It was pretty crazy. Never been through a flash flood before, but have now. All right, so now we're gonna mosey on down here to the main campground. It just never gets old looking at all these beautiful structures around here. You can see some hoodoos off to my left. There's one kind of about a 11 over there. And then there's another one over there. There's a couple more over there actually. I guess as you're watching this video, it would be like your 9 o'clock position. Depends on how you're watching it though, because this is 360, so the position can change. There's another parking spot off to my left for more trails. And there is a restroom, shower house right there to my left. This park does have a dump station right here on my left for those of you that do not have full hookups. And as you can see, they're starting to see some RV spots. This is the Basin Campground. And everything is asphalt and absolutely beautiful, full hookups. There are some tent sites in here as well. Here's the flash flood damage that I was talking about. So you can see all these rocks that were deposited on this road right here to my right. You got all the mud in the road. There's our RV on the left. There's Large Marge. And there's those poor folks' tent still sitting there. The rangers are gonna get it out, but it's full of sand and mud right now, so you can't really move it. It's super heavy. And on the right is another flooded out road. So you just gotta be aware if you're gonna come here in the fall time, you know, summer, fall, that the flash floods are a potential hazard. About every afternoon since we've been here, there's been pop-up storms that bring lightning and thunder and wind. And so if you're gonna stay here, definitely do not leave your awnings out when you go out of the park for a while, because there's a good chance they're gonna get destroyed with these pop-up storms. All right, site number 5 to my reference right here. So some of these sites are small, you know, for Class Bs or vans or whatever, and then some sites are very large. We're in site number 32, which is a huge pull-through site. We can fit our truck, the RV, our Harley, everything on it. It's like 100-foot long. There's a water station right there on my left. And let's see, there's site 12 and 13 is up here. More water over there on my right. You got a little Class B van back here, or a little Ram van. So there's site 12. As you can see, this is a big circle site. But like I mentioned before, there's just not very many people here. But it's a beautiful site. This is one of the sites that does not have hookups though. Site number 14 directly to my right. Here's a handicap site directly in front of me. And some dumpsters on my right, and then the shower house is on my left. And then they also have a wash sink for like dishes and stuff. And then here's another one of those wood sheds right on my left here where you can buy some firewood. Site number, well, I guess it's letter, site B. Site 21, this is kind of a cool site because you walk across a bridge to get to your site over there, so it'd be like a tent site. Now we start getting into the full hookup sites. They do have 30 amp and 50 amp. Site 22 directly to my right, 24. And like I mentioned, it's all asphalt. Absolutely beautiful. The sites are nice and large. They each come with a picnic table, a fire pit. And that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, click the little bell so you're notified when we release a new video. And until next week, guys, safe travels.